It's the year 2010, and we're all off at E3, and we're all tired. I'm tired. Of course, we have the big three companies that came off of it with their news. We have Nintendo, we have Sony, we have Microsoft, of course. But if you're anything like me, your glory days were back in the mid 90s. Now, of course, the big companies back then were pretty much just Nintendo and Sega, and they were at each other's throats for a while, with limited interference from the Jaguar. If you go before then, we have pretty much Nintendo, and you could count Atari or the Sega Master System if you wanted to, but that's not the point. That's before my time. Now, today, we have a system that attempts to emulate that goodness and fond memories we have of all those classic games, because face it, if we didn't want to play those games, we wouldn't bother with them now. And that's why we have this. This is the Dingoo A320, and it is a personal media player from China, and it is my first video review here today. Let's get to it. It is actually an unboxing, so you will get to see me unbox this joy. Not strictly an unboxing as I've opened it, but it'll be an opening. So let's take a look at the box. Start out. Oops, sorry, I swear this is the last time I'm going to use the webcam. It sucks. The camera angle sucks. It just sucks. Starts out with a 3D right in your face. I know. 3D, what the fuck? Who knows? What were they thinking? We have Dingoo's logo, which is some sort of paw print. If you see up here. Yeah, it's 6 black circles. Alright. We have a real player logo here. I guess that's how the audio is implemented. And we have a picture of it here. Let's take a look over here. We have a form factor image over here. And you'll see the interface looks quite like a PSP. Kind of strange. Over here, did we take a look at this? No, we didn't. Some kind of Chinese production chart? Who knows? List of systems it emulates from. We have Nintendo 8-bit Famicom. If you can't emulate that, you're an idiot. We have the Super Nintendo, the 16-bit one. We have Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis as it's referred to. We have 3 different arcade systems. We have Neo Geo's arcade. We have Capcom Series 1 and 2. And we also have the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, quite a nice lineup. And we have 4 gigabytes of built-in storage, which is very nice, so you don't have to F about with memory cards. But you can if you want to, and we'll get to that later. Now, one thing to note is that this is just the native software that comes with it. Now, if you go on Dingoo's unofficial English support site, they have about 15 more emulators that pretty much give you a whole lot more options. They have a Sega Master System one, they have 2 Game Boy ones for the regular and the color, and it goes all the way back to like the Magnavox Odyssey 2. God knows why you would want to play that, but I digress. Let's move on. Anything else to look at on the box here? We have the back here, more Chinese writing, just say okay. And we have a PSP-like sort of list of shit it does down here. It's pretty standard. It plays movies and music. It plays games. It does what you want it to do. It also plays Flash, though, which is something unexpected, but it's a bit of a letdown, so don't take my word for it. Let's open it up. On the inside, you can see... Here, let me scroll down here. Sorry for the bad camera angle. You have a bunch of leaflets. Oh my god, this light is terrible. I swear this is the last time I used a webcam. Let's take a look at these. We have a instruction manual in Chinese. I wipe my ass with this. Not useful in any way. We have something else that's Chinese. Looks like some sort of a game manual. Game manual, not gay manual, by the way. No homo. Let's open it up. Ooh. Looks like a passport. What the fuck is this? This is red. What's this red ring around? Oh, fuck that. I wipe my ass with that one. Oh, user manual. English. All right. Let's take a look. You know, I always like to take a look in these things to see if they translate them properly. Oftentimes what you'll have is they try to translate them and they'll work hard, but they'll make themselves look like idiots. Here we go. Movie player. Press left or right to select previous or next video. Select listen to radio in the menu. The list of channels will show on the display. I'm just reading this randomly, by the way. Select recorder in the main menu. Press A to enter the recorder menu. Thanks, idiot. Oh. It's a surprise they actually translated this shit properly. It's a first for this kind of stuff. Usually you don't see that at all. And we have another piece of paper here. I don't know if you can see it. Some kind of tic-tac-toe game the producers are playing with a typewriter, I guess. Who knows? Who cares? Next we have the software itself. Here, I'll go back down to the view for you. The view sounds like a Nazi term. When they torture you, they make you look at the view. Probably someone's ass. Very sleek. Get back to it in a second. Let's pretend we care about what's in here. Ooh. US mains adapter. If I can get it open. Pretty nice. Here, let's show it on the camera. Very similar to the Apple version. Let's see. Holy shit. Speak of the devil. Oh my god. Can you... Oh my god. Wow, this is actually kind of funny. These are Apple headphones. These are... Wow. They're gonna get sued up the ass for this. Which is really funny, because if you saw anybody else's Dingoo review, like Ashens or there's another guy who keeps quoting 4coolday.com in his video, and they both got these really crappy white headphones that, you know, personally I would never put in my ears. For anything, I'd rather put ice picks in my ears. I would find that preferable, but oh my god, I've had enough of this. Right. The sooner we end this, the better. We have oh yes, TV AV out. So I guess if you want to connect it to the TV and blast anybody across the room out with your 8-bit chiptune goodness, you can. Last thing in the box, we've got a USB to mini USB adapter. That's for the system, so I guess if you want to do some wall or system charging, or if you want to do file transfers, it's all fine. Pretty standard procedure. Let's go back up, take a look at the system. 2 minutes left, I gotta make this quick. So anyway, we got pretty much your Super Nintendo fare. You get your A, B buttons and X and Y. They feel really nice. And all in all, they're really good. They're colored, but that's not much of an issue, even though it looks a little tacky. What the big issue is the D-pad, which feels like a piece of shit. It works, and it works fine, but it really doesn't feel very responsive at all. And I'd really rather have something like an analog stick or something like this. I mean, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. See, you can tell. I really want something else better than this, because it's really holding the Dingoo back. It has the potential to be great, and they just take a shit on it with this. So let's continue. We have your select and start buttons, or select and start, if I can find them. Whatever. And you have your R and L shoulder buttons, which are surprisingly sturdy and actually quite comfortable too. I mean, I would play these. These are very good. Let's take a look at the back. We have a logo. Well, quality control passed. They did it, guys. They did it. We have grips. So if you want to play like this. We have the bottom here. Cheap speakers. USB connection. Mini SD slots, so you can get this fucker up to, like, I don't know, 20 gigs if you want to. Crazy, huh? And you have your AV slot. And you have a microphone too. That's something. You have a reset switch in case you overclock too much and fuck up the system. And we have a headphone slot and your power switch. Whew, that took a long